So hi, it's the end of the day, FINOVATE, it's been super busy. Actually we had great demos, one of them with Connor from Serverside Group. How are you doing, Connor?
How are you doing? I'm very well, thank you.
A bit tired?
Well, we're standing
Good
up
tired?
Well, yeah, good tired, good tired.
No, well done actually, you delivered a presentation, a demo, not a presentation, a demo earlier today. About one of your latest products or services, right? Linked with Facebook. How to personalize basically the card experience and leveraging Facebook to interact with your target audience, right?
Yeah,
am I okay?
Right. That's perfect.
Okay, cool, yeah. So could you please talk us through that actually?
Okay.
And potentially show us on your tablet?
Yeah, and just a very brief background to Serverside. We basically, we're the founders of card customization, and we help banks, and we provide software to banks to allow their customers to put any picture they want on their bank card, and that's really what we do. And we've been doing it for 8 years all around the world in 27 different countries. So what we've done now is we've developed our All About Me, which is the brand name for our software, that application into an application that works now on Facebook as well as just on the bank's internet site. Okay.
So that's easily implementable, or you can roll that super easily as well.
It's easily implementable. You know, we just work with the bank, whether they're already a customer of ours or they want to offer customization for the first time. And the great thing about customization is if a bank can get their customer to put a picture of their kids or a memorable event or a pet on their cards, then that customer is more likely to activate that card. They're going to use it more often, and ultimately they're going to drive more revenue for the bank. So let me give you a look at the new app.
Sure, so let's have a look. Yeah.
Now the reason we've built this is because banks are really struggling to engage their customers through Facebook, okay? So this is just with our branding, but this would sit on the bank's Facebook page, and it would have the bank's branding on it as well. Then,
that would be a tab, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
A tab on their Facebook page, so information about the bank, new offers, you customize your card.
So I like your presentation. You showed a few pages from the UK.
That's right. Yeah.
Digital banking, we benchmark banks on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you showed the one on the sporting and involvement, RBS, and you know, the usual suspects.
That's right. So banks.
Barclays as well.
Yeah. So banks have really struggled up to now to understand how they can actually engage their customers through Facebook. So one thing that banks, the most successful banks, have done it by leveraging sports sponsorship. So I talked earlier on about Barclays leveraging the Barclays Premiership football.
And RBS the rugby. Yeah.
And RBS the Six Nations rugby.
We want to talk about France and the Six Nations, so we'll save that for last, right?
We're definitely not going to talk about Ireland with the Wales result the other day.
We'll see. No, best of luck for that. Yeah, but that's not even really engagement, because it's having big audience,
correct,
but not engaged. There's no brand intimacy, so brand curiosity.
There's no organic growth there for actual bank products. You know, they're leveraging that, which is a good way to leverage their sponsorship, but it's not actually getting people to like them because of their bank product. It's getting them to like them because of something they sponsor, which is football or rugby.
Totally, yeah. So here we're going to see something very different.
They're actually going to like the bank because of what they can do on the bank's app with an actual banking product, okay? Yep. So I just go onto the app, I simply click on import an image. Now it's going to be a bit slower than earlier on, but we're not too bad with the internet connection here. And you can see all my profile pictures here, okay? I can also click in this image or on the download, and I can see all the different galleries I've downloaded to Facebook over the last 4 or 5 years. So I'll pick one of my children. What I see then is then all the photos from that gallery upload.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you very much. That was number 2, came 6 months ago. Okay, wow. So I'll click one of me, very tired in the labour ward with the 2 children, okay? I can do a few simple things like zoom in and out. I can flip the card if I want. I can move it up and down until I'm happy with the image. And we've tried to make it really simple to make sure the customers get into the app and go all the way to the finish. We don't want to make it too complicated. And you simply click and finish at the end. Now, once that's done, in the meantime, in a usual demo, we would actually direct you to the bank's page. So in real life, you'll be directed to the bank's page there, so the bank can recognise you if you're an existing customer, and if you're not an existing customer, you're a new customer, they'll gather all your details so you can apply for your new card. Okay.
Excellent.
We also
at that stage, sorry, you're not authenticated because you're on Facebook, right? So you
correct.
Can be okay.
Exactly. So that would shoot off to the bank page, and they would with the image as well, with an ID of the image, and then we need to authenticate you exactly in a secure environment. Okay. Now, what we also do at this point is we want to check that image because we want to make sure there's no nudity or there's no violence or copyrighted images in that photo. So we have this really simple administration tool. Now this sits on the back end with the bank, okay? Or they can get Serverside to do it. And we actually checked over 2.5 million images last year for our customers. So I'm just going to click on unapproved images. I think this is the one I just did. There it is. That doesn't, you know, that's not against any of our image checking rules. So I'll click yes, that's allowed, and submit that image. Now this is a real-time demo. So if I now go back to my Facebook page and click on, let me just say, yep, that's been corrected, okay? If I click on my live Facebook site, you can see here, look at my new customized bank card. Get yours by clicking here. And this is the really powerful thing of the application.
So the virtual sharing, the
That's it.
feature.
So my 634 friends and connections can see that coming up in their feed and they think, that's pretty cool. Connor got a new customized card. I'd like one of those as well. So they all click on the image and it brings them through to the app, design their card. And once they've designed their card, it'll go to their wall and all their friends can see it. And this is where we get this viral marketing effect. And that's the real power of the tool.
So can I stop you here?
Yes.
So that's the viral aspect, right?
Yeah.
But do you force that actually when someone uses the application, or do you give them the opportunity to share on their wall or not? Yeah.
It'll always go on their wall unless they opt out.
Okay.
So when you first log into the application, you have to accept with any Facebook application that we get certain rights to your data and things then, okay? If they don't want it to go on the wall, they'll opt out. But what we've seen, the majority of people want it to go on the wall. That's what Facebook's all about, the sharing.
So that's a very important fact. If you're on Facebook, you don't leverage the viral features, you might as well not be there.
Exactly.
Can you show us like the contest? Because then the next step would be to ask people to vote for the best image and organize some kind of contest.
Yeah. So for example, as I said in stage earlier on, we might have a competition on the run up to Christmas, a Spirit of Christmas card design competition. And not only am I going to post it to my wall now, but I'm also going to message all my friends through Facebook and say, please vote for my card image in this competition so I can win the trip for two to Hawaii. So they'll all come on, they'll be directed to my image, say if this is my image here, here's me playing curling, so I think that's the Spirit of Christmas. They simply click on the little heart, and you can see I've gone from 5 to 6 votes then.
See the new one as well.
That's right. I think that's probably one I did before, a similar image, okay? So that's now got 6 votes, and I'll be trying to encourage all my friends. So again, it's driving this viral market, real engagement with your bank through Facebook, okay? And once they've done that, they can maybe vote for me and think, well actually, I don't know if I want Connor to win a trip for 2 to Hawaii, I want to win that myself, so I'm going to design my own card then as well.
And that makes sense, yeah, thanks, congratulations for that, yeah.
No problem.
I guess, yeah, just the last couple of questions. So that's available today on Facebook, right?
That's right, yeah. It's our brand new application we've just designed now, which is available to our customers or new customers who want to get into customization.
Okay, so it is available. And then the second, what about mobile wallets and, you know, the no cards in the future, maybe? I had to say that or to ask it.
Of course.
So what's your position on that, actually?
Well, everyone always says that, and you're probably right. Maybe eventually there won't be any card, but at the moment there's something like 8 or 9 billion cards around the world. So while there's that, there's people who are going to still customize cards. But who knows? Sure, Facebook might not be here in 5 years. So
yeah. No, nobody knows. But okay, exactly. Your position is that anyway for the years to come.
For the next 10 years, it's going to be a big business.
Okay, so then there's time to shift the business to purely digital.
Well, we're now
in due course.
We're Serverside are now part of the Gemalto Group, so we're a Gemalto Group company, and Gemalto are one of the biggest innovators in the market, moving beyond cards.
Yeah, so we'll trust them. We'll trust you and your parent company to do the right thing at the right time.
We'll do our best.
Maybe the last thing. So in terms of implementation, how long does that take to put that together? For I guess it depends if you're a client or not, but for a client.
For a client, this could be integrated in a month or 2 months or so.
Okay. That's for the Facebook application, yeah. Okay.
That's right, yeah. Okay. And we try and package off-the-shelf packages, but every bank systems are completely different.
Of course,
so you've got to integrate in different ways.
Makes sense. No. Thanks a lot for sharing all those details.